Hello, my beautiful viewers. How are you? I've got a beautiful dress on. I said to Donna, she's in the back studio. I've got my sunset dress on. So if I can show you quickly, look how beautiful is this dress. And I'm so excited to do this recording. So my beautiful viewers, if I say authenticity, what comes to mind? If I say real, no imitations, live as you lived. A lot of people, when they are seeing other people, then they are different. I will not say you need to be rude but you have to be you. You cannot be somebody else. That is a big thing that I see a lot. A lot of people say to me, Sanet, I wish I could be you, but I've got news for them, and I think it's maybe bad news. They will never be like me. They didn't go through what I gone through. They were not born on the day I was born on, first of all, and with all the experiences, you are unique as you are. Just as your fingers, that's how special and unique you are. So if you can stay real to you and real to your heart and your life purpose, then there is the magic. So my beautiful viewers, before I'm bringing Dana in, just want to let you know in the show notes below, please have a look. There is going to be not commercial, but invitation if you are an author. We are starting with season 2 with Soul Diamond Author's Journey. And we are so excited. So if you have done a book or a chapter in a book, you can just look down below in the link and you can click on this link and you can go and see more details. You can go and see season 1's recordings. And if you decide this is a beautiful fit for you, you fill in the form and give us all the details, and then we will select time to come and do the recording. You will be a spotlight author. So Donna, just show me there in the studio. Are you ready? I'm going to swish you in because we don't have a sponsor video. So here you go. Are you ready? Here you go. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Achoo. Hello, my beautiful Donna. I just want to see if I can bring us a little bit closer for now. So, my beautiful Donna, thank you for being here. I'm so excited. I did send it out to the group and you were the only one that responded. So, thank you, thank you. So, if I can ask you to introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and tell us what the word authentic means for you.
That's a loaded question, Sunny. Hello, everybody. I am here by way of Arizona through New York. So, I'm a New Yorker, gone west, enjoying the weather here in Arizona. Wow, that's a loaded question, by the way, Sanet. Authenticity. What does it mean, being genuine? Here's what I have discovered. I personally do not know how to be anybody else.
Exactly.
I don't know how to be anybody else. So what does that really mean? Because we are all ourselves. So I think when that word started to become a hot topic and really start to pick up traction was because people were trying to open the layers of their own self, peel the layers, because we are multifaceted. It's not like I'm a single-dimensional Donna. There's so many parts of me. And right now you're seeing a part of me that is going to promote my self in this aspect that I'm a woman's dating coach. I mean, but that's part of me. Hey, guess what? I'm also a widow, but I'm not only a widow. I'm remarried. I found true love twice, which is why I think I know a thing or two about dating and why I'm a woman's dating coach. It doesn't mean not to be authentic, but I think what happens I love those glasses. I think what happens is people get caught up in what part of them do they want to show. And more importantly, there are parts of us typically that we don't like. And so we start to put those things aside. Now, for me, I have always been about peeling the layers of the onion. What makes me tick? Why am I the way I am? And by the way, in my 20s, I did not like myself. I was frustrated. I didn't know how to communicate. I thought if somebody said, let's talk about something, I would tell them what I want, like a boyfriend. I would say what I want, and that was kind of end of sentence. Like that was period. Like there was not a discussion, a dialogue like I know how to do today. So we are constantly evolving and growing. And what's fascinating to me about this topic is about a year ago, we had some friends over and friends of friends. And this guy said to me, Donna, I could tell right now that you could not be anybody else if you tried. And it was true. I am what you see is what you get. Like, I'm not apologizing it. This is not a discussion in the sense of who I am. How you feel about me, whether you love me or you don't love me, is really none of my business. What matters is, do I love myself? Do I love the person I have become? And I can tell you, yes, I do. With all the blemishes and all the faults, because we're human. And I love being on this journey of more and more and more self-discovery. It never gets finished and it never gets done. So why in the world would we want to be anybody else?
Exactly. But can I tell you something? I just wanted to let Paul know. Paul, will you go out and come in again? Because I cannot, there's nothing on my side to mute you or put your camera on. So if you can hear me, go out and come in again and we will swish you in. Thank you, Paul. So for me, when I went on my discovery of meeting people in America, especially Americans, because for me in South Africa, the world opened with Zoom 20 April 2020.
Wow.
So when COVID hit, I was my first Zoom. We never used Zoom, so it was my first Zoom. And then I started to meet all these gurus because I joined Real Success, the club, and I had all these gurus every month that you can buy their programs and all of that. So that's where I started. So I had a lot of people when I had a time to talk, and I joined a lot of groups. People will in the comment section between the two of us tell me to talk slower, that I cannot understand my accent. And because I'm an African and I'm a white person in Africa, that had a problem with that. And because of South Africa's history, apartheid was also quite mentioned a lot of times in private chats with me. And they wanted me to explain why you are still there and, why. It doesn't matter that Nelson Mandela were president for so long and now, it was nothing like that. And then the biggest thing is a lot of people wanted to let me pay them to talk better. And I was like, I tried to talk the sober part, but then it felt like it's not me. And then I didn't do the laughing part because when I really laugh out of my stomach, it sounds funny. And I know, but I love it. I cannot stop laughing the way I'm laughing. And then I remember my husband said to me, it was particularly the Speak group. They said to me, he says to me, so let's stop your crying. I said, but I'm sad. And he said, you make a decision. Or you stay the way that you are, or you leave the group. So I decided I'm going to stay the way I am. And if the group doesn't want me, then they can let me exit. And people started to listen to my accent because I made a decision. You must just adjust your ears for my accent. That's all. Because everybody's accent, even you have a beautiful accent.
Yeah. Everybody does. And you're right. I had to adjust my ears for you. But that is, listen, my late husband was off the boat, was born in Italy. I had to adjust my ears for him. I mean, we're used to a certain dialogue, and so that's normal and it's okay. So we just speak slower.
Yeah. So I loved it. And Donna, I have a few questions that I'm going to ask you in a minute. So Paul let us know that he cannot come on his cell phone. So it's okay because it's a little bit difficult with his cell phone.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that I just wanted to mention to the viewers. So Donna and I met almost 3 years ago. Actually, I think it's 3 years ago already. And if she didn't speak, she was sitting on her couch, and I attended one of Robert's sessions. And I cannot, there was a networking or something, but I cannot remember. It was not particular to a book or anything. It was just a networking. And we didn't say each other. They were still introducing each other. And I have a knack to go into the Zoom, and I just go on to Donna, but I do it for everyone. But when I went into Donna, I pinned Donna, and I really just lean in and I open, and I looked at this amazing woman. I looked at her hair, so she looked different than the rest. But Donna, I must tell you, I looked at the speaker, and there was Laurie, another speaker that was introducing everybody. I looked at them first, but then I looked at the screen, and I saw you. And I fell in love with you without even hearing your voice speaking to you. Just the way that you present yourself there on the couch, and your hair is different. I like different. I have a lot of people that had the problem with my hat, but I love my hats. I love it. Anyway, when I pin you and I open and I look at you, and I thought, I love this woman. I would love to meet her. And I sent you a private message on that. The meeting was just not even, I think, 8 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we connected on Facebook. We had a coffee chat. And my beautiful Donna, you are truly, truly one of my closest friends. And then I had the honor to come and visit you and spend time with you and spend time with your husband as well. So there's one thing that you love to say: if it's not feeling right, then
Yeah.
you don't do it. Can you just tell the viewers that part? Because that was a big thing, a big thing. The first time you mentioned it, I thought, wow, if there's a golden nugget to be bottled
Yeah.
for the world, that is that. Please tell us about that.
Well, first of all, I want to take a moment. I never knew you pinned me.
I pinned
Woo!
you. Woo, woo, woo.
Dang, that is woo! That is high caliber stuff right there. Thank you so much. I had no idea it was pinned. Woo! Okay, so enough of that because that's exciting. All right, so let's talk about this phrase because, and I'm going to tell the audience how this phrase came to be. My late husband passed away in 2016. That was 10 years ago. Mind-boggling. Can't even believe it. And by the way, he's still very much a part of my life. Okay. So I want people to understand just because somebody dies doesn't mean they disappear, so to speak. But as I was in the throes of grief and doing my best to get back up and go out to network, which is what I was doing at the time, and socialize with other entrepreneurs, a woman came up to me who had abilities, and she said to me, "You have only one job this year, and that is you do nothing unless you feel better by doing it. Do nothing unless you feel better of the doing of it." I took that literally, and I have been doing that ever since. Now, what does that mean? Science is now telling us. Now, I'm not going to quote you about biofields and scientific quantums, but I pay attention to a lot of that. And I'm coming to realize that all I was doing was tuning into my gut. Those who are in martial arts would say that's their hara. We might say that's our one of our chakras. Some people carry a weight on a string if they want to use kinesiology to what is the body saying? Is it good or bad, right? The little weight thing with a crystal. There are so many things that we do that science has now proven is true and accurate. This was just something I started to tune into. I started to tune into my gut, unbeknownst to me about the science, okay? So, if somebody invited me to a networking party or to a baby shower or anything, even for a walk outside, if it didn't feel good to me, I wasn't doing it. And I have lived my life ever since that way. Like I didn't know I'm tapping into my biofield. I didn't know I was, but that's what I've been doing. And I've been doing it so long that that's how I navigate. That's my GPS. And we all have it. We all have this GPS. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And so that's why I'm always saying the other side of that is focus on what you want, not what you don't want. That goes against God's very law of nature. Why would you focus on what you don't want? You just bring more of it. That's called manifestation. If you don't want it, that's a different feeling in your gut, in your hara, in your chakra, than if you focus on what you do want. Completely different feeling. That's all.
Exactly. Wow, even Paul at the back studio put his glasses on.
Thank you,
So,
Paul.
Donna, I'm going to just make us smaller again. Are you ready to go
Yes.
smaller again? Here we go. We actually did the same gesture with our hand. It was too funny. Paul, are you ready to switch in, my beautiful one? Here you come. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Hello, Paul. So I'm going to ask you to introduce you in a minute. I just quickly want to say I am so proud of you. Today you are going to do your first masterclass for the group. So my beautiful viewers, the masterclass will be on the Power Hour as well. So I will put a link to Paul's masterclass. And then I will also, for the fun of it, have beautiful Donna's show that we did for Valentine's Day with her and her husband. It will also be done in the show notes. So click on it and go and meet beautiful Jeff and see the interaction and the love that those two amazing people have for each other. So, my beautiful Paul, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and tell us what authenticity means for you.
Well, good morning and or great day, glorious rise. How can we put this all into the right words for us here today? It's such an honor for me to be here. I'm Paul Brent. Let's go with, I'm an energy captivator. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an entertainer. I'm an author. I'm an actor. What do you need from me today? I'm here to help. That's who I am. And this is leading right into it from Northern Canada. I live in Northeast British Columbia in an area known as the Peace Region. Let's run with that, hey? How good is that?
Yeah.
And on top of all of those things, it's just had a snow. We're in the middle of spring, so I got snow overnight after I spent so much time shoveling and making everything clean, excited about the change in weather, because here it comes. Growing, the glowing, the awakening of the world. And Donna, you were all over that in your little conversation there, talking about being authentic and being in the moment and being here now. And that's really why I joined in this morning. I saw your update, and this is not normally where I would be at. And so I saw this and I went, hey, you know what? I get to spend an hour here in just a little while with Sanet. And I thought I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to say good morning. And then I wanted to, hear what you guys talk about in your world, because this is the ladies side of things, and Mrs. Potts group and the Diamond Beauties. And here I am, a Tanzanite hero that has held back. And here, so this is where it all comes in. I've been holding back on this guy that I am, that has all of this massive power inside of me, all this wisdom, all this life to share. We've all had trials. We've all been through the fire. If you want to swap stories, we could sit down, have a beverage, and talk on for days. To make comparisons about who's right or who's wrong is not what we're after, because there is nothing of that.
Right.
It's just information. It's just being present. It's just different experiences. And that's, I think, where a lot of people get off on the wrong stop on the travel of life, is they get so hooked up on having to be right about everything, and they forget about being present.
Right.
So this is where that authenticity really kicks in for me, is that in the moment, when you let all your guards down, when you're not trying to watch what you say or how you hold yourself because someone else might be watching or might hear what you say and take it out of context, that starts to limit me. And I know that, Sanet, you've watched me, you've been with me enough times, and I'm sure, Donna, you've seen me play a couple times out here where I do this. Even right now, here I am sharing with you. I am being 100% authentic because that's why I'm here. But you also know there's a different side of me that when I turn it on, this other character comes out. And that's the one that Sanet really loves, because he's this power that just flows. It's raw. And I draw and I feed and I draw. And you can sense it as I do it. And when you're with someone else who you're having this real conversation with, and you get those moments where they just want to reach right into your soul and say, share with me. I'm not here to judge. You've got something in you. You've got something that you're holding on to, that you came to me.
Right.
You sat down and said, hey, how's it going? I'm great. What's up? Oh, nothing really. Let's hook and bait and try and draw somebody into a conversation. They really want to talk, but then they hold back. They won't tell you the whole truth because they're afraid. And so I've been working on this, and out of all of it, Sanet, my draw to present this masterclass has been a development of all of that information in all of the time that I've known you, to finally step forward and put my foot down and say, I'm doing this for me. And out of all the changes in my life that I've gone through, I've got my wife and my boys are beside me saying, go, Dad, you can do this, because it's who you are. Why are you so afraid? I watch you. You get your microphone, you get out in the crowd, and as long as it's live, you flip the switch and watch the monkey go on stage. Right here I am. Woo, and we're going to have fun in my circus. But when it comes to me pushing the button on this recording machine, for some reason I feel I've had this block that I recently punched through. There was an ego that I was attaching to it, that I wanted to be somebody famous, that I wanted to be this. Everyone looked at Paul like he's super special, man, but I'm just a guy. And Jesus was just a guy too, if I can use that word. And I mean no harm in it, because he's my favorite best person. And the idea that we can be in that image, it's not just an image. It is a moment, it is a time, it is a power, and it is everything. So when you turn everything inside and you let go of all the tags and the triggers and the words and the phrases and the crap that you've learned from every other person out there, and you begin to just do you, that's authenticity.
That is so
So,
beautiful.
out of all of that, unwrap it however you want.
Exactly. So I'm going to bring in Natalie, because Natalie have put her glasses on a few times. Natalie, put your glasses on again, my beautiful one. Paul, this is for you, my darling. Thank you for that beautiful. I took a photograph. Thank you. Beautiful. A beautiful Natalie. Will you please introduce yourself and tell us what does authenticity means for you, my girl?
Wow, I got so much already, Paul. Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. I am Natalie Chilton, and I am an author and a truth coach. So right on target with the authenticity, because if we're not telling the truth, we're not living in the light. And I have a project going on called Freedom Legacy Project, and there's exciting things of freedom coming this week in the next few days. And I live in snowy Athabasca, Alberta. We just got another half a foot of snow. So it's not spring yet. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, my beautiful Natalie. Paul just said to us that he thought the spring is going to be there, and then he got snow again. Thank you so much, my beautiful ones. It's such a blessing to see all of you on screen. So, Dana, are you ready for your question?
I'm always ready, Sanet. Bring it on.
I know. Okay, so my question to you is: how does authenticity authenticity present influence the way others respond to you?
People are yearning for genuine people to connect with. They're yearning for it. And in a way, it gives them permission to mess up, to still step up, because we're constantly evolving. We never get it done and it never gets finished. We're constantly growing and evolving. So it's okay to show up and then be a little different a minute later. We're never the same person from minute to minute. Come on, Paul, right? Yeah. So we are constantly evolving. And when people witness authenticity, genuine humans, it gives them permission. We want to see the mess. Like, Paul, I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels like, wow, I'm not that famous person on stage. I'm not, am I not special enough? Do I not have enough? Have I not lived through enough of life's challenges to help others get through it? But then we keep walking step by step, and we show up, and people can find us wherever. I mean, we have everything at our fingertips, and it doesn't have to be perfect. People don't want perfect. I have yet to play with the AI vision because it's cartoons. It's not real. But we've been dealing with this forever. Back in the day, it was, spray painting on their magazine cover, so they would take 10 pounds off the people.
Yeah.
And it created an illusion for people, by the way, an unattainable illusion. And as I age now, I am faced with, do I want to do any facial work? I'm getting wrinkles around my face. My neck is dropping. And I said no, because I don't want young girls or young people to think that beauty lies in youth, when we all know the beauty in wisdom that comes with age. And it's not a given. Just because we age doesn't mean we have wisdom. But if we have wisdom, if we have wisdom, we want to show it. And I want to be authentic, even in my physique, even in what I do. Do I dye my hair? Do I wear makeup? Yes. I am feeling strongly, and I might change my mind because I can, that I don't want to do any kind of work on my body. I want to age gracefully and be there and walk in love. And guess what? It doesn't hurt that my husband happens to love older women. Now, I'm only 2 years older, but I still fulfill a fantasy, don't I?
Oh, Donna, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you. So, Paul, we will be testing your skills to listen to a boxing match or horses down the track. We will be listening because I love that. But we will do it in just a little bit later. May I ask the following question, because I know that you're also into leadership as well. So, if I can ask you the question. How can leaders cultivate a stronger presence without trying to dominate a room?
Wow, that is a really great question and deep. Start off with being present and genuine. Like Donna, you hit so many things there. People are searching for realism, and the fact that I'm going to use a word, our shit actually stinks, right? It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from or what you eat. We all put it in, we all put it out. And when you think that you're better than someone else, I just ran through this at my daytime job that I've gratefully been given a day off today so that I can be here, right? So looking at all of these things, this is what leadership is like. For me to take forward and say to somebody, hey, I've got this project on the go. It's more than a project. It's a life thing. You guys have seen some of my stuff. They're Facebook people with me and things. Now, when a leader can sit with you and talk about your dreams and your goals as a person, aside from the company, because that's what you're carrying, right? When I come to work, they're saying that leave your home at home and you're at work now. I can't. It comes with me. It's in here. It's who I am. It's my life. It's my being. This is my hi. I carry everything with me. Now I can put on this face and say, I'm at work now. Can't have laughter. But inside I'm going, right? So when this guy sits down and says, what's up? Nothing. Come on, man. I know what's going on with you and your family. How's your wife doing? This and this, whatever the story is. Or, it's okay. I remember when I was a kid or when I first started out, how this happened and I went through this and the guys razzed me too. So, kind of, it's part of the initiation or whatever it is. They're going to try to make a bond and a link. And if they think that they're so high, that's where we keep hitting this fence. But when two people will genuinely face each other, and we're not going to try and lean on each other, because when one person moves away, the other one falls. So we have to engage with each other on a level where we can build this support and lift each other up or lift others up around us. And the moment that I can recognize in you that you are valuable to me, because without you being here right now, you know what I'm doing? I'm talking to myself. Okay, I do that anyways. But on the other side of things, the idea that when we sit down and I can share with you now on a personal human level that I've felt what you felt, I've been through similar, not the exact same. Our stories are the moments are the same, but the stories are different. I could lay down heartache. We've all had heartache. We've all stubbed our toe. We've all cut a finger. We've all seen our blood. We've all had whatevers. So when we can get to this level of equality and comparison, that see, now I'm the same as you. And a leadership then person can say, you know what? I really like what you got going on. Let's start off with a little bit of gratitude first. It's like talking with children. You're a fabulous worker. I value the fact that you're here 5 minutes early every day. And sometimes you stay over your coffee that 2 minutes. I see that. And I just want to acknowledge that I appreciate the extra effort that you put in. So if you need anything from me, kind of do that. Now, in that idea of leadership, which you were asking me, that's a great way of demonstrating it. Is by bringing yourself down to, again, if you're the company person who's sitting up here, a manager, right? So here we are, snow day. Natalie, you know what frustrates me more than anything is one of the persons who comes in and unlocks the gate is walking up to the door, opening the door and having all that snow pile there. You get inside, stomp your feet off, and you walk to your desk, and then you pretend that the snow didn't exist. That drives me crazy. You could at least turn around, take the shovel that's right there. You got a shovel at home right by your door. Don't you do that when you step out? Shovel the snow quick so you can go to your door so you can get. Why not at least make the doorway presentable so everyone else can walk in? But if that's beneath a manager, then why do you have to have somebody who's your slave to go and do it? And I'm using harsh word because that's how sometimes people get treated. You're just a number. You're just a peon. Do what I told you to. You want results out of people? Treat them like people. Treat them like they have skills, that they have value, that they have something that you needed. And that's why they're there. Because if they weren't there, you'd be doing it by yourself. Unless you were too arrogant and sitting there going, oh, what happened? How come it all fell apart? I got nothing going on. Nobody wants to work with me. Well, I'll tell you why. That's it right there. Suck it up, buttercup. Anyways, I can go on for hours and hours.
Thank you, Paul. So I would love to ask Natalie the next question. My beautiful Natalie, what advice would you love to give somebody who feels they must perform to be accepted?
They must be which to be accepted?
they must perform. So they must, perform to be accepted, and they cannot be their real self.
Oh, you know, this morning I actually wrote a post about authenticity. And I posted it about this show. And for people, like literally, it was predictive, it was prophetic that I wrote this post. I said, if people are wanting to become more authentic, to tune in, because the people on here are authentic. So performance, when we are performing, whether it be it comes from a seed of people pleasing, and there is a pressure behind it. In somatic training, you know, there's something about settling down into the core of ourself, relaxing and opening and accepting ourself. When we are performing, thank you, Sanet. When we are performing, there's the striving aspect. It lacks authenticity. When we're coming from authenticity, we can serve. We can take what we have and share it and give it without that background pressure of, because performance comes with, oh, are they going to judge me? Oh, I got to deliver this in such a way. You know, there's often fear attached. It's like, if I don't do it well enough, and putting on the mask of, I can do this, like even if we're terrified. So the performance aspect, I think, also blocks our ability to share maybe our uncertainty about a task. We would just go ahead and try to deliver it in a performance manner. It's a veneer. It's the veneer. It's the shell that's quite empty. So performing, I've been such a performer in my life, and the performing aspect also, thank you, has a repelling energy to it, because people see you, performing here. Do you like it? Is it good enough? I hope it's good enough. Thank you for asking the question.
Wow, I love it. Thank you, my beautiful one. So, Dana, would you like to share to the viewers out there how you are serving the world at the moment? And please let us know about your book, because my beautiful viewers, also Donna was part of our season one, Soul Diamond Author's Journey. And because she was part of that, her book link is also in the book description, or in the description down below. Natalie's book as well. She was also part of season one. So please just go down below and you will see both ladies' books. The link to buy the book is there. So, my beautiful Donna, how are you serving the world? Thank you.
I'm serving the world no different than everybody here. We went through adversity, we figured it out, and then we said, hey, I got info for you. If you were in that place where I was, I can help you get through it a little easier, a little quicker, a little bit less pain, okay? So what happened? I was in my early 40s, single in New York City. Never saw that coming. Anybody else? I was like, what? So I was single and I went out to date. And then I realized I had no idea what I was doing. Oh my goodness. I thought that if somebody said to me on a date, I'll call you later, that meant that night. I did not know that could mean after football season. I mean, I just didn't, we were missing the points. So all of my dating shenanigans, I started to write about in this book, which occurred to me while I was on a date. the title of the book, Dating It's Not Personal, was born from a date right there on the spot. The title was given to me before one word was written. So today,
Wow.
this book is now a love story because it is my journey of figuring out how to date, what it all meant, and how I met and married my late husband. So after a year of grieving, I started to get the itch. You know what I'm talking about? The itch. The itch. And I decided to go back out and date. And I was not looking for love and marriage. I'm going to tell you right now. I was looking for companionship. And I was making no apologies for this. Talk about authentic. I was like, hey, here I am. I'm going to date multiple men. If it works for all of us, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm not looking for love and marriage. And I went back to my own book to look and see what I had done the first time, just in case I was going to meet and get love again. Like, I didn't think I would. I wasn't looking for love. But I went back and I read my own book and I said, wait, it worked so well the first time. So I went out and started having a really fun time. And 6 months later, my second Mr. Wonderful walked into my life. And so now I am out. And by the way, I have been coaching for 20 years, but never really made a business from it. It just kept getting referrals. I kept helping people. I kept hearing all these success stories. And then finally, Jeff comes into my life and a woman turns to me and she says to me, a friend of mine and a colleague in another business that I also do. And she said, girl, how did you find love 2 times in a row? I did, didn't I? So then I went back, started scouring my book. I started going, what did I do? And I documented it. And this today is what I offer on my website, donnametter.com. I have a freebie there of the 3-pillar foundational literal things that I did both times to meet and marry a Mr. Wonderful. There are so many wonderful Mr. Wonderfuls out there that they get a bad rap. And so, yes, sir. I know, Paul. I know. And I'm like, women, when they come to me and say, there's no good men out there, they only want younger women, and they give me all the stories, I help them see the story. Because why was I able to meet and marry 2 amazing men in a row? Am I special? No. It's what vibe am I putting out? What am I focusing on that I want? Not what I don't want. It's all about that. And I'm like, there are so many incredible men, and I meet them here on these call centers. I meet them in our other networking circles. Amazing men who can't find love. Why? And now they could learn a thing or two from my book, and they could understand just by listening to me and what I'm telling women. It'll click for them because they've been doing the work. So I help women understand. We do have a private Facebook group now that we're beginning to grow. And I also have that freebie on my website, which I encourage people to download and get because it is literally what I have done to meet and marry 2 amazing men in a row.
Beautiful. And I love being there at your home with Jeff, seeing the interaction is too beautiful. So Paul, I'm going to skip you for one because I want you to also do that commentary for a horse race or a boxing thing. My beautiful Natalie, how are you serving the world, my beautiful one?
Hi, Sanet. I am so curious what your answers to some of these questions are because your voice and your perspective are so powerful. I am reading Sanet's book right now, Flight of a Monarch. So, yeah, I just want to say incredible, but so Flight of a Monarch, okay, I am in the beginning of flight. And how am I serving the world? I serve the world by being my authentic self, by showing up. You know, your voice is in my head. Sanet says, show up, soul up, level up. And having these encouraging voices in our life in our ears has helped me to move forward. And so what am I doing right now? Freedom Legacy Project is my thing. When I published my Audible book Unsilenced, it was like that was an 11-year project of my true story. And I wanted to really just put a stamp on it because this is my legacy. It's my life story. And I realized as I've been stumbling to do this project with some people in slavery in Pakistan who are going to be freed in about the next 48 hours. It's been a project of fundraising, and the next level is coming, and it's big. Mini houses for the homeless, supporting an alienated mom to keep her house, dental work, counseling for survivors. It's a huge vision. So I'm just stepping out in faith. I don't know how. I'm transparent. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but God knows. And this first phase of thank you. This first phase of figuring out. I sold some personal silver precious metals that I had. It was like, just sell it. And after 3 months of struggling, how am I going to do it? Can I sell these to people? No, just sell it to one person. Do it quicker. Get them free. So I'm really excited about life right now.
Cool.
And thank you. And may I say something else? Let me just take a photo. Thank you. And you and me are also going to do Soul Diamond Authors Journey. You're going to be my co-host. So I'm truly excited. There is going to be another person that we're going to look at because it's just better to have a full people screen. They call it a perfect Hollywood screen. But I am so excited. We are having our meeting this evening. But Paul, I'm seeing you in 45 minutes after this because you need to be a little bit early for your masterclass. Can you talk to us in a few, maybe not even a minute, or a few seconds? Can you give us that fast talk you're doing so that the ladies can hear?
See, I was doing that authentic date thing that Donna was talking about. You want to play? Let's play. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard. It is Paul Brent here with you. I am in presence with the Diamond Beauties, and what an honor this is to be here with you present today. I have been outshined by these sparkling beauties. I tell you what, if you ever want a faucet to go off of and learn something really cool, these ladies will shine the light into your life, and you will be overwhelmed and looking back and going, oh my God, this is such a beautiful life I'm in. Let these ladies do what they do. Stop by and say hi. This is fabulous. Thank you so much, Sanet.
So my beautiful Donna and Natalie, when he puts his voice on, his performance voice, I tell you, it is so amazing. I've heard a lot of them. So my beautiful Paul, we have still a few more minutes, about 2 minutes. If you can tell us how you're serving the world. And I'm truly excited you said yes for the masterclass for tonight, my tonight, your afternoon. So please tell us, how are you serving the world?
Well, thank you. Again, it has been a journey. Doubting, what do I have? Who am I? And it took me a lot of reflection, and that's where this all comes up. So what's coming down my pipeline is a project that's called The Wisdom Well. And it's exactly like what Donna was talking. So how comparative we are as people on a mission to help heal the world. Because the Wisdom Well is about looking back into your own life. And in my getting to where I'm at today, the masterclass touches on that a little bit. We have all of the answers for ourselves in ourselves through the past experiences that we've lived. We've taken on characteristics or titles from other people because they wanted to label us. We were too powerful for them. Oh, he's too crazy. He's too wild. He's too, what he says, whatever. they'll put labels on and we'll run with those labels because we're looking for acceptance. So as long as they interact with us, we'll take that and we'll run with it. Now, that idea that I've had people tell me that I can't do this, that's heavy, right? So here I was, not fulfilling, not living up to my expectation. And even when I am as powerful as I am, I get off stage and I have somebody come to me, oh, you shouldn't have said that. That was tough the way you brought that up. And then it gets me questioning again whether I'm actually being authentic or if I'm doing it their way. So this is the wisdom well brings us up, and I lead people on a journey on how to introspect. Take away those labels. We apply I'm going to jump ahead. We apply the label or definition of the feeling or emotion because nothing has anything until we apply it. So when we learn to look back into our life and go, you know what? Why did I do this? How did that happen? And what's the pattern that's coming up in me? How many times have I done this? What am I supposed to learn? So I developed a whole process. I've got a book ready to be published in its own way. It all came out in just under a week. I would tell you, I was just going crazy. Donna, look into AI. There is so much cool stuff in there to help with. Then don't get lost down the rabbit hole and start doing crazy stuff. I'll share that with you. But there is definitely the assistant part that helps. So out of all of that, I've been able to unwrap and put out speaker platforms, workshops, masterclasses. And I tell you, I uncorked this well. I've been connecting to the flow sources, to the people that want to get it out to the world. And here we are. It's rolling.
I'm so excited. I just something now. Keep on rolling. There's a song, a country song, but I cannot remember what. Keep on rolling. But anyway, so my beautiful
rolling.
How's that?
Rolling. Hi-ho. It's an old rawhide.
There you are. So my beautiful viewers, I know that you loved our show today. Thank you, my beautiful Donna, for saying yes. Thank you, Paul and Natalie, for coming through. I really appreciate and love all of you immensely. My beautiful viewers, just take a breather and look back into your own life. You are amazing just the way you are. You don't need somebody's permission to be your amazingness that you are. You don't need somebody's permission. But I do agree, if there's something you want to grow on, say for instance, have confidence and grow your confidence, yes, work on that. If you want to change the way that you maybe speak or the pronunciation, I tell you, authenticity. I've spent quite a few minutes with Google pronunciation to make sure I pronounce it right, because English is not my first language. So I just want to make sure I pronounce it right. And I had to practice. I practiced before each show, because the whole of April we're talking about authenticity. I have to practice to bring myself into that right wording framework. So yes, if you want to change something and make something better in your life, do that. But as Paul said, don't put other people's labels on you. And like Dana said, do what feels right for you. And what Natalie says, have fun and look after yourself. Natalie, I'm so sorry. I think that's what you mentioned when we had that one question. So my beautiful viewers, from my side, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for your time that you spent with us. The Power Hour viewership is growing, and I can only thank all of you. So are you ready for a dance, my beautiful guest?
Okay.
My beautiful viewers.
Oh, yeah.
Will you have a dance with us? And they said yes. Here we go. Here we go. Woo! Go Paul! Go Donna! Go Natalie!
Go Paul! Oh yeah.